Hi, it's Alaska Granny. As preppers, it's important to continue to stockpile. Add to your prepper pantry, your food stockpile, and your prepping supplies. Prepping is more than just food. You have all the categories that you need to think about. If there's anything we've learned over the last few years, it's having a nice supply of things in our home, because look how much more time we've spent at home in the last few years because of pandemic, working from home, not wanting to go out in public, and all kinds of reasons. So it's a great idea to have extra of the things that you count on having in your home. Does that mean that's the only supplies you'll need? No, you need to still have a bug out bag in case you have to leave your home. And don't ever say, I would never leave my home no matter what, because there are times when you might have to. If you have a fire, a hurricane, tornado, there's all kinds of things that could happen that could damage your home, that you would have to leave your home, or it isn't safe in the area where you live. So have a great supply of things at home, but be prepared in the event that you do have to leave your home, because you just never know. In the blink of an eye, your life can change forever, and you want to be able to preserve your actual life, which is the whole point of prepping. What are the top 10 things that I continue to buy to add to my prepping stockpile? When I go to the grocery store, I grab a bag of rice and a bag of beans. You just can't have too many. They can last forever. And if we do come into some very hard times, you can always share with your family. Give them to the food bank. Store them in an airtight container and put them in a cool, dark, dry place. And it's food that can provide meals for your family and last in the pantry for 30 years. The next food I like to store is pasta. I like to get the long and straight ones. It allows me to store more food in a smaller space by having the shapes that take up the least amount of space. They all taste the same. It's just a matter of how much space you have and how much food you want to store. If you have gluten sensitivities or allergies, look for gluten-free varieties, but add some pasta to your stockpile. It's easy to cook, it's very versatile, and it can be a nice change from having rice. The next item that I add to my stockpile is canned foods, and I have been making it a priority right now to add canned meats. Meats are becoming very expensive and the variety is diminishing, so it's important to me to have canned meat. It's also one of the longest lasting canned foods that you can have in your prepper pantry. Remember that the dates on your canned foods is a best buy, not a spoiled on, and so you can store lots of canned foods that go long past the date. You always want to inspect them, whether they're expired or not, to make sure that they're still safe. You want to look and make sure nothing is bulging, leaking, looks off, and that the can is still concave. You shouldn't be able to press on the lid. There shouldn't be any play in the can. Also, then go ahead and open it and see if anything smells off, if it spurts, and then does it look right? And probably it's going to be fine. Most of the time, your food is going to be just fine. So stock up on a variety of canned foods and make sure that you have some varieties of meat if that's something that you care to eat. For not only cooking but drinking, make sure you have water. You can gather extra empty, clean containers that held food, and you can clean them well and fill them up with water. You don't have to buy water, but you can. But know that that's something that you already probably have coming right out of the faucet in your kitchen, so it's easy to fill up a clean container. Make sure that you're storing at least a gallon of water per person for 14 days. That's the minimum you should try to have. FEMA and the Red Cross used to say store water for 3 days, but even they are now saying make sure that you have 14 days of water, because even they know they can't be there to help you in a big, drawn out, widespread emergency situation. You need to depend on yourself. All that food and water, make sure you're up to date with your stockpile of toilet paper. I like to buy it anymore on Amazon because it comes right to my house. I don't have to go to the store, hunt for it, drag it to the car, drag it in the house. It comes just shipped and delivered right to my doorstep. One of the things I discovered about keeping up your supply of things like toilet paper, if you were already buying them on Amazon, then you could continue to get more. My daughter put lots of things on auto ship on Amazon, and then when things like toilet paper, baby wipes, diapers were not available other places or not even available on Amazon, they still came to her. She didn't have to fret over she couldn't get the supplies that she needed. Think about your first aid needs. I picked up a tube of cortisone cream. I try to get something else to add to my prepping first aid supply so that I have a nice variety. It can be expensive to buy them all at once, but if you pick up one or two every time you go to the store, then pretty soon you're going to have all the supplies that you need. Think about your hygiene supplies. This week I made sure to have extra shampoo, conditioner, lotion, and I picked up some bars of soap. Other weeks I might pick up body wash, deodorant, toothpaste. Think of all the items that you use from your head to your toe that you use every day. Have those on some kind of a master list that you make sure that you have enough. When you take, say, a bar of soap out of your stockpile, you need to replace it with one, and if you can, replace it with two so that you have a backup, and that way you're also growing your stockpile a little at a time. Lots of things are currently in short supply. The variety is diminishing and the prices are skyrocketing. So the extras you buy today, you make sure that you have them and that they were affordable in case you can't get them in the future. I also like to keep up on my cleaning supplies. This shopping trip, I bought some Dawn dishwashing liquid. Other weeks, I buy laundry soap, dishwasher tablets, household cleaners, all the different categories of things that you use around your home. Have extra items that you use for cleaning. Then you don't have that horrible feeling that happened at the beginning of the pandemic when you went to the store and those supplies were not even available. And many of those supplies continue to be in short supply. Even now, when I went to the store, some of the shelves, the categories of things, they're just not available. The shelves are either empty or they're full with just some random thing that I don't want and maybe you don't either. You also want to keep track of what the prices are. Watch carefully when you're shopping, because I notice sometimes in the store, what the price is on the shelf is not what it's ringing up, but you need to pay attention as you're checking out. And I've also noticed that on some of the shelves, prices are going up so high they don't even put the price on it, so you have no idea how much it is. It's continuing to be a scavenger hunt to get the things that you want. But the comfort of having extras in your home that you can supply the things that your family needs go a long way towards smoothing the way for whatever comes our way. Prepping gives us lifestyle insurance so that we can continue to have the best life ever. Who wouldn't want that? If you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.